not on man, but on hunger. Join the war on hunger. Donate to Islamic Relief now. The media attention that surrounds Pakistan is all too often.
Assalamu alaikum. On behalf of Islamic Relief, I want to thank the RIS team for putting on another successful event. One of the things that I love about these events is I get a chance to speak to the donors, you. My name is Sallah Hamdani. I'm the CEO of Islamic Relief. So for this brief commercial that I have right now, I want to recap what just happened in the year 2013. We found out that some of the poorest communities in the world suffered from natural disasters. Some of the poorest communities, the people who have nothing, were hit even harder by these natural disasters. So Islamic Relief was able to respond. We saw the strongest hit typhoon hit the Philippines. We were there. We saw devastating floods hit Sudan, India, and Pakistan. We saw Cyclone Mahasin wipe out Bangladesh. We saw Faylene hit India. And we saw one of the most devastating cyclones hit Somalia, a country already ravaged with war. We saw drought being inflicted upon the starving people in Chad, in Mali, in Niger. And we saw an earthquake that shook the ground of Balochistan, Pakistan. What is clear is that natural disasters are becoming more severe year after year. That the situation is truly becoming life and death. Between 1985 to 1994, 174 million people were affected by disasters every year. The following decade, it increased by 70%, finding 254 million people being affected. It is projected by the year 2015 that 375 million people will be affected by natural disasters. Does this remind you of anything? One of the signs of the end of time is that natural disasters will become more prevalent. This is frightening. That our people we're suffering. Our brothers and our sisters are at the brink of elimination. In 2013, 364 disasters. That's one almost every single day. And I'm not even counting this disaster in Toronto, which has affected many of you. People often give in charity because it feels good. It's voluntary, it's sadaqah. You want to feel good about yourself. Islamic Relief, thanks to you, is at the table with some of the major institutions and major charities around the world. And we're given a voice. So we come to the table and say, we do something a little bit different than you. And that is, we believe in a rights-based approach. That in Islam, our name is Islamic Relief. We're not hiding who we are or what religion we come from. We're proud of who we are, and we help all of humanity. But our tradition teaches us that we view the beneficiaries not as a number. It's not about how many people you can help, but instead we believe that something called karama, there's something called dignity, and that these people have a right, it's their haq. And the reason we're so passionate about our work is because our Creator commands us to do this work. Whether they're Muslim or they're non-Muslim, we wear the badge of Islam and we help all of humanity. And we have you to thank for that, for giving us this opportunity. So we find these human beings with no one there to help them because they can't help themselves. They don't have these rights. The community has failed them, the parents may have failed them, and their state has failed them. The governments, when the people come, and this is the Arab Spring in a nutshell, when the people come to their governments for help, they're met with hostility, they're met with anger, they're met with violence, and therefore they're put at risk. Islamic Relief goes in the area of danger to help them. And because of our status, we're able to lobby the governments to take care of their people. Don't attack your own people. And that's when you can see an answer. Some governments are too tough, but not everything is doom and gloom. Your support has allowed us to force governments to act upon their people and to help them, like in Bangladesh and Indonesia, where they can help build homes that will sustain the floods and the earthquakes. Like in Pakistan, where we can redo villages upon villages to protect the homes and the families so that an earthquake or a flood will not wipe anything out. Where in Kenya and Sudan and Mali, we're allowed to go into the field and build harvesting rain traps so when the drought does hit, that they have water basins that they can continue to grow their food, their vegetables, and live a life of dignity. We've had great results with HIV and AIDS. I know, astaghfirullah, Muslims talking about AIDS. But we're the religion of humanity. We go there and we teach the people, and AIDS has dropped down by 25%. Child mortality. We know that the human brain needs 500 calories to function. We know that a child's most important time in their life is from conception to the age of 2. So we have to tell the mothers, take care of yourself. Breastfeeding, get the nourishment, because that will help the baby. If the baby is born malnourished, their brain is 30% less capacity, and it can never be reversed. This is what our job is. This is what we do for society to help make a change. Polio. Polio has almost been eradicated. There's only 3 countries left that polio is endemic. What are they? Nigeria, Afghanistan, and Pakistan. But unfortunately, there's one more country that has been added to the list, that in December alone, there's been 57 cases found of polio amongst children. Which country is that? Say it again. Syria. These people are starving. These people are freezing. These people have been attacked. And now they have to deal with polio. We have to wake up. Honestly, all of our communities, we get all our donors all the time saying, I want my money to go to Syria, but make sure it doesn't go to the Shia. Make sure it goes to the Sunni. Listen, we've been to the camps. Those people starving don't care if you help the Shia. They don't care if you help the Sunni. They just want dignity. They want help. So stop talking about a sectarian violence, sectarian war. It's not. These people need help. And before I forget, there's a fundraiser on Monday with Imam Zaid Shakir for Syria. So we need you to please help us out. It's at the Intercontinental. If you're free on Monday, help these people and we'll make sure your money gets put to good use. So when we see these camps, we notice that all they're asking for is basic rights, because the face of war has changed. The face of war has not been off in a far-off country anymore, or far-off land. The face of war, the reality is that the war happens in the street. The innocent are targets. The hospitals are a battleground. In Kenya, you can't even go to a shopping mall without a risk of attack. So we need to realize that the world is filled of inequality. That $1 a day might not be enough to eradicate poverty. It's complex. But with your help, we'll do it. We'll help it shocks me that we can't address the fact that we may have failed as an international community, that we see the people of Myanmar being besieged, that the people of Syria are dying because they're frozen, and the international community has not stepped up to admit that we failed. This is a room of 15,000. All of you are in this together. We need to use our voices and to act upon it. People are seeking for refuge, and they should get refuge. And what do they want? They want water. Because with water comes dignity. With water comes life. And we become wasteful. Unfortunately, we become wasteful in what we do. All right, I'm being buzzed. But I'll leave you with this. I'm gonna play a video. And this video shows our beneficiaries. Our video, I wanna give you some practical advice on what I need you to do. Number one, watch what you eat and how much you eat. Don't become a society of all you can eat. Become a society of all you care to eat. 50% of the food which is established, that is grown, is thrown in the garbage. 50% of the food is thrown out. Because of what reason? Because we become picky eaters. We won't buy a carrot that is crooked. We won't buy an apple that has a dent in it or a scratch in it. So it gets thrown out. But 1 out of every 4 children will go to bed hungry. 1 billion people in this world will starve. So watch this video. Open up your hearts. This weekend, I want everyone to go out and sponsor an orphan, and also to look towards building water wells and give people the water which they need and restore this dignity for them. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
The media attention that surrounds Pakistan